Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC. Today we're having a look at a very nice shirt from a British company called Arktis. Now Arktis have been making high-end military outdoor gear for quite some time now, and I've had a look at a few of their items. This is one that I'd been asked a lot about. You guys had mentioned the all climate shirt. Its full title is the A110 or the A110, I guess A110 all climate shirt. So I thought I'd pick one up and we'd have a look at it, and I'm happy to say that I really do like this. Before I start though, as we usually do before I start, okay, so my size, I'm 5'9" 3/4, 5'10", let's say, anyway, if she's asking. I weigh about 100 kilos, which is about 16 stone. I have a 46 to 48 inch chest. I checked on the Arktis website and they recommended the extra large. I picked the extra large. So this is a UK or an EU extra large, which is a US large. And it fits me fine. It's actually just a little bit too big. I think if I'd have got the large, it would probably be just a little bit too small. So I think the extra large is fine. Now today, so I'm wearing just a cotton t-shirt on underneath this. There's still plenty of room, but what that means is if I'm out and about, I'm climbing through things, I'm doing stupid stuff, because, you know, that's what the Moorlander does, then I've just got that room to be able to do that sort of stuff. What it also means is, with that kind of the all climate nature of this, it does allow, because you've got that extra room, it does allow the air to circulate through the shirt a little bit more, which I definitely think is to help to regulate some of the heat within here. So yes, I'm an extra large, I picked an extra large and it fits me perfectly, if not just ever so slightly larger. But yeah, I feel that it fits me well. Now as far as colours and materials are concerned, Arktis, I think they're unbeatable here in the UK. I think for UK manufacturers, you really can't get the same quantity and quality of colours and camos from anywhere else. I mean, if you can, I'd love to hear in the comments below, but as far as flat colours, this is OD green, they've got it in coyote, they've got it in black, they've got it in grey, blue, all the different colours that you could possibly want. Then the camos, oh boy do they have the camos. They've got everything, pretty much everything, from from your scan cam to, I think they've got the Belgian jigsaw, they've got pencot, multicam. You have to check out the website just to appreciate how many different colour variations that they've got. They are very good for that. The materials that this is made from, this is a polycotton material, which I don't know, part of me is a little bit unsure of, although having just commented about how much it's nice that you get air travelling around this, I guess it makes sense, especially with the pleat in the back that allows air in as well. Poly can generally be a little bit hotter than, say, nylon, but they went for the polycotton ripstop on this. In the UK, so today it's about 17 degrees. I have just a t-shirt on underneath here and I'm fine. The air that circulates through this, again through the back, we'll have a look at that. It's actually really nice. You wouldn't think that it was polycotton. The hottest day that I was wearing this, again, so I have done some air softening with this. I know this isn't Moorlander tactical, but I think for an outdoors shirt, it's probably more appreciated here. And yeah, again, I was fine. I think it got up to about 22, 23 degrees that day. I had got a plate carrier on as well. And again, because of the circulation through here, it was actually really quite nice and it wasn't too hot. On that day though, it was just this shirt. I didn't have a t-shirt on underneath here. But yes, it's ripstop as well, so it does add a little bit more weight to it. Now, as far as rigidity is concerned, there is a little bit of give in this. It doesn't say on there whether there's some elastin or something like that in here, but there is actually just a little bit of give in the shirt, which I think is quite nice, especially through the back there, on days when you're hot and you're sweating. You're never going to be in a situation where you're holding your cuffs like this to do that, but hopefully it just illustrates the movement that you, or at least the small amount of give that you get in the material. Other than that, the material on here is great. After that, we do have some zips, so there are some zips here. I need to check this. Oh right, okay, these are SBS zips rather than YKK zips, which I think I've checked on another jacket as well, so you do have some of those. And then you have some Canadian buttons on here as well, again, which we'll have a look at. As far as the features wise is concerned, this is a shirt, so it opens all the way through the front here, and as previously mentioned, you do have Canadian buttons on here. So if you're unsure the difference between a regular button and a Canadian button has a piece of webbing that passes through two slots. So these are very tough and incredibly difficult to pull off. And after lots of wear, taking them off, putting them on again and again, washing them, all of the kind of stuff that adds to that wear and tear, I've never had a Canadian button ever fall off of me. They just don't. On the front here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buttons to do this up, and each of these buttons folds into a sleeve, as you get with a lot of these style jackets. So when you have it on, if you're ever concerned about your buttons getting pulled and snagged on stuff, especially if you wear a sternum strap, or I know there's something that you put on your chest that gets caught on your buttons, all of the buttons on the front here, it's a clear panel with each of the buttons protected underneath. Now the Canadian buttons anyway, so it's going to be very tough to get them kind of pulled off, but it's just little bits of snags on stuff which gets annoying. You don't get that with this. There is, rather than having a button, if you did want to do your collar up completely, rather than having a button, it has a press stud, which I'm not gonna lie, I've never had a shirt like this that has a press stud at the top. So this is the extra large. I am a 17.5-inch neck. I can get 2 fingers down the side. I can get 3 fingers down the side on each side. 3 fingers, probably a little bit uncomfortable. 2 fingers is probably better. That's what she said. But you know, it's there. The collar on this, it's not what you consider a reinforced collar like you get with some dress shirts, but it's not designed to be that. This is an outdoor military shirt, and you know, you certainly wouldn't have that. It's easy to pull up if you're out and you want to just wear this as an overshirt. It's great for that, especially if you have a shoulder strap that digs into your neck. This does a very good job of protecting that. If you have a sling with a rifle, it does a very good job with that as well. Or maybe you're out bird watching or whatever it is that you're doing and you've got some binoculars, again, it keeps those straps away from your neck and does a good job with that. It also makes sure that it stands up. Now it's not reinforced, but it is 2-ply. So the rest of the shirt is just a single ply of that polycotton ripstop, whereas with the collar, it's a double layer of that. A bit stabbing me today. Sorry about that. Now coming through the front, from kind of your chest down here, you do have some hook and loop here, so if you need to put some sort of emblem on there, you can do. There is also one here just in the middle of your sternum, again, should you need it. Beneath there, you then have your main pockets here on the front. Now these pockets are identical, so whatever you see on one side, you will see exactly the same on the other side. It is a double-breasted pocket, or a double-chested breast. I can use both of those words. Anyway, so there are actually 2 pockets within this one pocket. The front one is here, where you have a pull-up on this. This is a feature that I see not as many companies doing as they should do, and I think more companies should do this on these style pockets. So instead of it just being a lift up with a flap here, the flap is integrated into the pocket itself, so this is a full turnover pocket. That is because the seam here, the entrance to the pocket, is above that. So when you fold this down, the actual top of the pocket is folding down, which stops dust, debris, all that crap from getting into here. But what it also does is, because it stops it from getting in, it also means that it's harder for stuff to get out. The closure on this is hook and loop. There aren't any Canadian buttons on these pockets. Instead, it's just a simple rip up and you'll be able to get in there. Now on the inside, let me double check actually. Is it in there? No, I thought there was. Maybe I was thinking of another jacket. I was just checking to see if there was a lashing point in here. There isn't a lashing point in here, unless I can't see it. But no lashing point in there, and then that will close down there like that. If you need to, however, you can get in through the top here, but there is also a zip here on the back, so you can get into it this way instead. Really useful. One, it's a bit of a pain to get into, mainly because you have to reach your hand back here to be able to get into here. But on the days that I've worn this when I've been out and I've been wearing a plate carrier with this, so when you've got something in there and you're like, you can come in through the side of your plate, you can get whatever's in your pocket, and then you can zip this back up again. Probably never use that side pocket access to it for months then, until you realise that you've got something on the front here and you need to get into it from the side. So I quite like that they've added that. Clearly the people at Arktis have spent a lot of time with plate carriers trying to get stuff out of these pockets and realising that it's a pain in the arse. So that's this front one. Now there is a second additional pocket behind here. So if you can see this seam here, this is a rain flap or a storm cover for this zip pocket in here. So you can zip this down, and this pocket is massive. So the pocket here is kind of your regular, I know you can put whatever you want into here, but not too big. These are huge. Okay. Here is this seam that goes from here all the way over to the side seam. So that is the bottom of that pocket. And it does come right underneath into the armpit here. And then it comes up to this top seam here as well. If you need to put gloves in here, if you need to put, well, whatever you want into here, generally it will fit. You might be able to fit a map into here as long as it's a reasonably foldable map. I don't think like an OS map. No, I don't think an OS map would fit into here, but it would be very close. I think you would be, with a little bit of special origami, you could fit something a lot larger into here. The last little bit, which is just on this one side, which I'd just forgotten for a second there, is a small slip pocket. So if you have a small tool or something like that that you need to get out regularly, maybe it is that you've got a rifle tool or something that you want to use, then you can drop that in there as well. Or maybe if you're doing a lot of bushcraft with this and you've got a Zippo lighter will fit into there perfectly. So they're the pockets on the front. From here downwards, you do have this seam here, but it's not a pull, like a drawstring kind of seam. This is just a regular shirt rather than like a drawstring kind of smock. It just comes all the way down to the bottom where you have this kind of your cuff, your skirt here at the sides. Now at the sides, it does have some pleating on here, so that it does have a, I don't know what you call this, like it's not a tear away, but rather than being stitched all the way down to the bottom, it has this. Again, it just allows a little bit more freedom of movement when you're climbing over things, trying to get underneath things. It just moves around. I think they've also done that as well, just to open this up a little bit as well. I know I've mentioned a few times, but just being able to have the air get into this and pass around certainly helps when you're warm. Now onto the sleeves. The sleeves on here are stitched through the shoulder seam here. I had a look at a shirt recently where they had the raglan style, where the sleeves went all the way up into the stitching in your neck, whereas with this one it's a fairly traditional sleeve. The sleeves themselves have loads of room. I really do appreciate the amount of room that you have with these. Not too big, we're not talking like a wizard sleeve kind of room, but just again, just for lots of freedom of movement and allowing air to be able to get up there. on the arm here. Now again, so whatever you see on the left hand side here is exactly the same on the right side here. You have an angled pocket with a zipper on here. Kind of, I'd say this is more kind of your regular size for these. You could fit like a couple of packs of playing cards in there, maybe. And then on the top, so there is a hook and loop panel that you can put a morale patch or a patch or whatever it is, or insignia onto there. And then behind that, they've integrated 4 long sleeves in here for pens, chem lights, small long tools, whatever it is that you want to fit in there. And again, exactly the same on this side as well. Moving down the sleeve, you do have a button here, and there's also a button on this side. The closure on the cuffs is hook and loop, but the beauty of this one is that it also opens up similar to more like a traditional cuff. So when you open this up, it does pull out. So that means that when you want to roll these up, they are very easy to roll up, to the point where once you're at, say, 2 or 3 rolls up, there's still plenty of room within here to allow air to be able to get in there to help you to be cool. Once you've got it up, hopefully you'll be able to see here, we have one of these tabs. Where's that button gone? Which you can then fasten in place to make sure that they don't roll back down again. I do like the sleeves on this. We had a look recently, I don't know if this content's out yet. I had a look at the Helican Tex Raid shirt, which has a similar sleeve, but instead of having a traditional opening like this, which by the way, so sometimes you'd have a second button on here, it's just a piece of hook and loop, and then to close these is just kind of regular hook and loop. So there's plenty of room should you be wearing, if you're wearing this as an overshirt and you want to have your gloves in there, or if you want to make sure that you are keeping nice and warm or stopping crap from getting in there, then you can cinch that down nice and tight. But again, because you get that extra room within there, if you want to roll up your sleeves in the summer, I've had a few days where I've been wearing this and I have done that, again to help to regulate the heat. It's done a really good job, and it doesn't pinch. Like when you get it into your elbows and it's too tight, and when you're moving your arms it pinches. And as far as sleeves go, thumbs up from the Moorlander. Now the last little bit, and I will take this off to show you this because I know I've mentioned this a few times. Now on the back of here, again to help with circulation with air around your body, it does have an opening on here. So if I hold the back open like so, hopefully you'll be able to see that there is a flap, and I will call it a flap because this isn't a seam. You can actually get your hand into here, and then on the inside, hopefully you'll be able to see you have this mesh on the inside. So what this does is it allows, again, as you're moving, you're flexing your chest and your back, this kind of bellows out and allows air to come in and circulate. But on the inside, let's just open this like so, you'll be able to see, so through the back section, coming down from the collar, through the yoke, and then maybe say halfway down your back, you have this mesh. So keeps out dust and debris, keeps out bugs and things that you don't want climbing around the inside of your shirt. Everything is in there to make sure that it's just air that's flowing around you and not bits of crap. All in all, I think this is a really nice shirt. Really nice shirt. I think the features on here as far as the buttons are concerned, I know this isn't Moorlander Tactical, but I sometimes do mention a little bit of stuff that I do on my other channel. But wearing this with a plate carrier over the front, or even just a Rhodesian style chest rig, it's great for the little kind of the feature that you can get into the side here. The beauty of this is the fact that it is just that extra little bit too big, and the pleats in the back, or that kind of gap in the back, so that on the days when you are running around or you're in the woods or you're doing whatever, that extra little bit of fresh air that comes in every now and again, you just feel it and you're like, that was nice. Plus, well, Arktis are well known for making absolute bomber garments. And in fact, I ask this every now and again, so I know here in the UK that there are a lot of Arktis fans. Let's hear in the comments what you've had from Arktis in the past, how you've owned it for 600 years and it's still like brand new kind of thing. Because I know there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of stuff from Arktis and will know or will be able to stand as testament to how well this gear lasts. So yes, let's hear below your own little personal Arktis story. Now I did pick this up from Arktis myself. I will leave some links below so that you can see where to pick it up. I don't know when this I think I mentioned this at the beginning, so it's a weird fly. They do regularly have sales. They have one on now, however I don't know when this is coming out, so I'd say check the website and you'll be able to see if you can get some discount through them. But I'll leave those links below. I'll also leave some of my social media links as well so that you can see more from me here on Moorlander EDC and my sister channel Moorlander Tactical to get that tactical itch. And whether you're watching on YouTube or Rumble, I lost where I was going then for a second because I kind of went off script, sorry about that. Or whether you're watching on YouTube or Rumble, as always, stay safe, stay Moorlander and stay EDC. The A110 all climate shirt. Always checking, you gotta double check. Yeah, we're good. We had the tail end of a storm Lillian or something. We haven't had any trees fall over, but we've had a lot of crap fall out of the trees, but a lot of it's also been caught by the trees. So there's just twigs, every now and again a twig will fall and it sounds like there's somebody behind me. And no, there isn't. It's very off-putting. It's very strange. It feels like somebody's walking up behind, but I'm looking on the monitor there and I can see nobody's walking up behind. That'd be weird. Why would somebody do that? Bizarre. I need to stop going off piste. When I go off piste, I don't know what the bloody hell I'm on about.